Before the weekly analysis begins, I just want to let you know that I do have a Patreon page. We have two tiers available. The first tier is called Start Off for £15 a month, and what you will receive is access to a Discord server containing the beginners, intermediate, and advanced course, risk management course for Elliot Wave trading, as well as financial literacy content. This tier is also for those who want to learn at their own pace and generally just support what I do and just join a community of like-minded traders. The second tier that I have is called the Waveologist for £35 a month, and what you receive is everything that I mentioned above with the addition of specific chart requests for me to annotate on a daily and weekly time frame, and one-to-one support or group sessions depending on how many people have subscribed to this tier. The group or one-to-one sessions are for those people who want a little bit of extra help with their Elliot Wave education, and also give the opportunity to ask me as many questions. Please do keep in mind that these are going to be 1 hour sessions depending on how many people have subscribed, and also I would say please do consider joining. It is really good value for money, and without further ado, let's get into the analysis. Alright guys, welcome back. This is going to be my Elliot Wave forecast or count for pound dollar, pound yen and gold. But first of all, any views or opinions that are expressed in this video do not constitute to trading or financial advice. So let's get started here. So since obviously last year September, we've been on a sort of huge impulsive move to the upside, and I did consider this to be a sort of wave 4 in a higher degree, to expect the market to continue push back down to give us our fifth and final leg. However, I don't think this is the case anymore, and obviously from what we have here, we have a nice 5 wave move giving us a wave 1, a nice ABC as a running flat to give us our wave 2, another 5 waves into a wave 3 and a wave 4, and then where we're heading is that wave 5. However, I am assuming that we are expecting sort of more upside to come in terms of the long term sort of foresight of things. However, where we are currently is in this sort of wave 4. Could this be a expanded flat into a wave 4 where we see the market sort of move sort of in this sort of sideways structure right here, and then wave 4 basically ends once the market takes out this level here, or rejects maybe 61 to 100% of this entire wave, and then we start to see the market sort of push back up to give us our fifth leg. That is a possibility, so we could still be in this bigger wave 4. Another possibility is that wave 4 has already been finished, which ended right here, and what we have here is essentially a 1 2 3 4 5 into an expanded ending diagonal, and then obviously once this market pushes to the upside, giving us a fifth and final leg, we should then expect a sort of deeper correction coming back in 3 waves, and between 61 to 50% to 61.8% of this entire wave, we should then expect some sort of rejection coming in to then take us further to the upside. So in terms of the bias for the week to come, I wouldn't look to buy the market, especially if when this fifth leg is in. I will look for the sells. I think that's the better option to go with. But just play it a bit safe. At the end of the day, this could be one small sell to come in to then go back up again and then sell off. I would say look for the sells and look for obviously the market structure breaks to the downside before you start selling. But yeah, so that's pound dollar. Let's move on to gold. So obviously gold has been quite tricky, and I am assuming that gold has completed this sort of bullish move to the upside, and we are going to expect that sort of deeper wave correction to come back in. As you can see here, we have a wave 1 here, a wave 2 in the higher degree. Then we have a 1 2 3 4 5 that gives us our wave 3, and then a nice triangle into a wave 4, and then here we have a huge extended wave 5, which is fine. Wave 4 and wave 1 do not overlap. Wave 5 has been extremely extended, and that's fine. Usually in the commodities pair, we usually see the extension in the wave 5 in that first initial wave, and that overall gives us a wave 1, a wave 2, 3, 4 and a 5 to then give us a wave 1 in the higher degree. And basically what to expect is obviously that deeper correction to come back down, taking us to the downside. I do think it will probably become as an ABC, but there was also a possibility of it being a WXOI. But just remember, this correction is going to be temporary. I am seeing the market to essentially go to the upside to give us our wave 3, 4 and a 5, and possibly even take out 2021 or 2022 highs and give us all-time new highs with this pair. So in terms of the bias for the week to come, I would suggest looking to short gold. However, although the trend is to the upside, I don't want to be looking for sells. It is a bit risky, but in terms of the short-term, long-term view, I would definitely say look for the sells. For all those that are scalping, look for the sells to come in, but just wait for break of market structure around this level to then give you a nice correction in 3 ways back up, and then to look to sell it from there. So that's gold. And let's go on to pound yen. So pound yen is basically moving kind of the same way as pound dollar, although they're not really positively correlated. We do have a wave 1 here, a wave 2 and 3 waves, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gives us our third wave. And where we are currently is in this A, B, and then this C, which is giving us a ending diagonal to finish off. Once this sort of finishes off, taking out these highs right here. We want to see sort of price action confirmation reject this level here to then sort of start to sell off. We don't want to sell off straight away here. This is our first sort of signal to tell us that the sellers have come in. I'll be looking for a market structure break around this level here, this sort of wave 4 of this C wave. And once this wave 4 breaks and then we get a nice sort of clear 3-wave correction back up, we could then look to sell after price action confirmation gives us that sell signal here, with our stops just above there to look to sell it one more time to give us that 5th and final leg. So long as the market does not overlap with wave 1 here, which is our drew here, which is our invalidation, I am going to be considering this market is still completely bearish. And I would say obviously look for the sells in the upcoming week. We might get one more push to the upside, but that will be very, very short. Maybe towards the start of the week we might see some upside coming in, but we're eventually going to sell off to see more downside. And then once this 5th leg completes, we'll get a deeper correction back up to give us our wave 2, and then eventually continue pushing to the downside. So I hope you guys like my analysis. Please do like, comment, share, and subscribe. I do have a Patreon for all those that are interested in mentorship. The link will be in the description box down below. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys until the next one.